started here. Give us just a minute here, everyone. I don't know how loud it is.
Fix your collar, Chud. Wardrobe didn't fix your collar.
Do you hear music playing?
Not right now.
It was playing? And it turned off? Wonder what turned it off.
It's frozen. Nope, you're standing there, you're walking away. There's a lag, I don't know if it's lag.
Yeah, there's always lag.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, we're getting ready here. Ready? Let's see. Okay. So, everybody, mic check. We are having to use a different microphone than we normally use, so it probably won't be quite as good, but it should be fine. Because we're using the mic on the cameras. So, let me know if I need to speak up or speak down, and I will do that. Sound good? Oh, good. Amy says surprisingly good. So, hello everybody. If you're in the chat, let us know who you are, where you're from. I have got Carrie moderating today.
Woo-hoo!
Carrie.
Hi everyone.
Now, Carrie's not mic'd, so if you guys ask questions that she has to pass on, we'll repeat them. If not, you might just hear her. Did you hear it yourself when you just said it? So you can hear. Okay. The only thing I'm worried about for that is like the turning noise might be loud, where our mics kind of help keep the kind of sound down. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So hello everyone, I'm Chad from Turner's Warehouse. Carrie on moderation. Wait,
I
Carrie.
will try and do as good as Amy does.
Carrie will be moderating. Amy is not here today. She's homesick, so everyone give Amy a shout out. Amy, feel better. Also, if Mr. Gold is in, he's a moderator too.
He's been here since the beginning.
Yes.
He's doing awesome.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael. All right. Well, we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to turn a bowl. We've got these kiln-dried Arizona ash blanks. This is a 3x8, and I thought, hey, we should turn one of those. What do you guys think? So that's what we're going to do today. Now, a couple things. Last week we did the Nor'Wester kit from Beaufort, a new kit. Good response to it. We've been seeing a bunch of people make them. If you got those and you made them, be sure and post in the Turner's team on Facebook, Turner's Warehouse Turning Team. That would be super cool to see what you guys make with those, because it's a unique kit. But we'll have that continuing. If you didn't watch that one, you can watch the replay. Just go to the live button under our channel. We have more new kits coming in the very near future, so be on the lookout. Those are going to be pretty cool. And they're exclusives. They're kits we made, so that'll be pretty fun. Carrie, any announcements?
Just lots of well wishes for Amy.
Oh, Amy's getting lots of well wishes. Yeah. Very nice. You know, some might say, like when someone's sick in the house, like it's almost harder on the other person that lives in the house. You know, taking care of her and like doing all the things. So
I wonder if they can hear the eye roll that I'm doing right now for that.
Yeah, Carrie is visually eye rolling. No, I'm just kidding. No, Amy's awesome, so I want her to feel better.
Amy's the best.
But let's get started here. We'll talk about what we're doing. I will give you guys a disclaimer. Be safe with bowls. Bowls travel fast and they're large. You know, if a pen blank comes off and hits you, you're probably gonna be fine. If this big guy comes off and hits you, it's gonna hurt. I don't know what it weighs, but a couple pounds. I am gonna wear my power cap today when I turn. I got it all charged up. But be safe with bowls. There's plenty of great YouTube videos where bowls fly off and hit stuff, so don't be one of those. Make sure you're safe, wear a mask, a shield and everything. We'll talk a little bit about securing and safety because that's a big thing for sure. And then, what was the other thing? So in case anyone wants to know, was it last week? No, the week before. The week before I actually got to go to Colorado and take a class at Stuart Batty's place. So that was a big help with bowl turning because I've turned a lot of bowls over the years, but he does it a little different. So some of that will be incorporated today, and then some going forward we'll learn a little bit here and there. But great class, but obviously safety is always the number one concern. So I'm not going to be necessarily doing the stuff we did in that class yet, but there may be little aspects of it that I've tweaked my way of doing things too. So it's kind of good. Yeah. All right. So if you guys have questions, let us know. We're just going to jump right into it. Who do we got in the chat? Anybody of note?
Yeah, lots of people.
Lots of people in the chat.
Got a lot of our regulars.
Any out of country people? Because it's always fun when we have out of country.
Haven't seen any yet, but there's a lot of chatting going on.
Oh, good, good.
We got about 50 people watching now.
Thanks for watching, everybody. It's always fun to do these live streams because I get to turn. So next week we'll probably do, you know what we're probably doing next week? Here's a preview.
Oh no, now you have to do it next
Sneak
week.
preview. Flowers. So we make our own flower stuff here, and we've got some cool ones to test out. And what better way to test it than on a live stream where everything can go right. Right? So, I'm going to throw this blank on. Now, this blank is cut round, which is nice. It's kiln dried. So it will be dusty. That's why I'm going to wear the power cap. Power cap is a powered respirator. Respirator? Yeah. Sometimes when you're speaking to a camera, you think you say the right word, but then later on you're like, why did I say that? That's totally not the right word. Respirator didn't sound right, but it is right?
Yes.
Respirator. Because dry wood is always dusty. The beauty of the dry wood is we can turn and sand and finish this all today if we wanted. Now, I probably won't sand this on the live stream here because one, it'll just make a big mess and it'll be dusty. I don't have my vacuums over there. Plus I don't want to dust out Carrie. So we'll do the turning portion and see how far we get, see if you guys are into it or not. But what I'm going to do is put this on a spur here. Now, I've got this cool spur drive. You can use anything you want. You could use a Morse taper spur drive, something like this. This is a little small maybe. You could use a face plate. You could use a worm screw. What else could you use? You could use a ring for your chuck and screw it in. But this thing is, this is made by Easy Wood Tools. Do we have these? I'll have to look. If we don't, we'll get them soon. But this is an Easy Wood tool. It's a sprung spur drive that goes in your chuck, which I've been digging because then I don't have to take the chuck off and on. And I can just use that, then use the chuck. Now I did some turning this weekend at an event, and I did the same thing with a bunch of mesquite, and it worked really well. And I was on a mini lathe, which kind of wasn't as fun, but I was taking stuff like this, which I would never intentionally want to do. But like I took one of these odd hunks, and it's not like a particular cut, and the grain is going everywhere, and there's sap and heart, and like look at how weird it looks from side to side. But we were turning like little vases and stuff out of these, and it worked fine. It was a challenge on a mini lathe, but we got it done. I would show it to you, but I gave it away. But we're gonna do that with this today, but we're gonna put this bowl on. So I got a center hole here. So let's get this up close. What we're gonna do is go backwards here. Get this started. Because what I want to do is put a recess in here for the chuck. Ooh, that wasn't even close. I only marked one side, not the other.
Smart.
Huh?
Smart.
Yeah. Well, it looks all right. It looks like it's out of whack, but what we'll do is put a recess on here, and then we'll flip it and we'll shape the bottom. So this is actually going to be the bottom. This is going to be the top, but that should be enough. And what I really want to look for is like, see how straight this is? And it seems fine. So we're going to crank this down. But what I was saying before, I'm no bowl expert. I've turned a lot of bowls, and I think I've got a pretty good handle on it, but there's a lot of information out there, and you'll get a lot of different answers for the same thing. So make sure, you know, you're just doing stuff safe. Like, I would not want to turn this on and have somebody standing in front of it in case it came off. Now, should it come off with a multi-tooth drive here and a tailstock? No, but anything can happen. All right, did I forget anything before we get started? I feel like...
Did you say your name?
Yeah, I said my name, so we're covered there. I'm using just a Record Power SC3, great size chuck for, you know, small stuff. This is an 8-inch blank. Yeah, we're gonna use a variety of tools. We'll use some Record Power tools and some other stuff, and we'll just see how it goes. All right. Sound good? Mm-hmm. Ooh, you know what might not sound as good? My other mic is real good at picking up talking when I'm in here, so you'll have to let me know.
Yeah, that's right.
And if not, I can just take this off when I need to talk. But let's see how we do here. We'll see if we got sharp tools or not. And I have not turned this. This is Arizona ash. Is it loud?
I'm waiting for it.
Oh yeah, you have to tell me how the sound is. It's alright. Can you hear me talk or no?
Yeah, I get to talk louder though.
Okay, I'll speak up. So I haven't turned this Arizona ash from the kiln. I've done it wet and it's beautiful stuff, but the kiln dried is going to be a new one for me. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little recess in here. Now it doesn't matter how much I take out because this is the top of my bowl. But I am going to grab a tool. Now this is one kind of fun tool I picked up there at Stuart Batty Tools. This is a just a little simple dovetail. No, let me tell you what it is. Dovetail scraper. It's laminated 10V, so it has 10V on top, and it holds an edge real nice. But this is really cool to get in here when you have the tailstock up, because I can get in, maybe, and cut my dovetail. Oh, I should show that over here. What'd I do? But I can get in here and cut my dovetail for my chuck pretty easy. And it scrapes real nice over top of, you know, getting on it. And then his tools are real cool because they do that. So you can change it off. But I used that a bunch up there, so I had to pick one up. because I thought it was pretty cool. Now let's take a look here. So my angle is a little low. I'm going to actually raise my tool rest, and then I'm going to bring in a skew, and I'm just going to try to get my angle a little more dovetaily. Because what I did was I had that a little straight and I didn't get the dovetail like I should have. So we'll clean this up. And we're just going to clean up a little bit of the behind the jaws here. So hopefully I have enough grip here on my chuck. Looks like it will. Okay. So then what we're going to do is flip this guy around. And I feel like maybe I made it too big, but we'll see. I'm glad y'all are interested in some mold stuff, because at least some people showed up. You never know.
Marquetta's laughing at you saying dovetaily.
Dovetaily is a technical term. Oh, I totally made it too big. I gotta see what other jaws I have here. See that? See what I did? Too big. I guess I could just go in and cut some more. Let's see what size these are. These are heavy. Well, that's what happens when you don't measure. Oh, you know what might save the day? We'll see. Oh, it does. All right, we're gonna switch chucks here. Chuck switch. Marquetta is the maker of the Lathe Buddy. So if you guys have seen the Lathe Buddy on our streams, she's the one who makes them. And she's from Colorado, but I don't remember what part. All right, so this is an Easy Wood Tools chuck. These are really nice chucks. They're a little pricey, but man, are they cool. I can show you why they're cool here if you want to see. So watch this. If I want to replace this jaw, I can take it off like that. Put it back on like that. So there's just a tool you push in, boop, pop it out, put the new one in. So it's a quick change jaw system. Really cool. Little on the expensive side, but you don't have to have near as many chucks. So that's pretty handy. And whatever these standard chucks jaws are, fit what I got going on here.
Marquetta's in Colorado Springs.
That's right, Colorado Springs. I love Colorado Springs. We looked at moving to Colorado Springs years and years ago. All right. Thanks for bearing with me, everybody. I'm kind of a little unorganized because Amy and I went on vacation for our 25th, and then we came back and did the live stream, and then we were both sick. Or not the live stream, the demo day. And then I kind of left right after that for Colorado, and then it's been just craziness. So it's been a busy, little while here. But no complaining, because this is my job. So it could be a lot worse. And we won't even go into that.
Now
All right.
everybody wants turners in Colorado Springs and Maryland and everywhere. So way to go.
Oh, of course, of course. Okay, so let's get back to the task at hand, so to speak. So we're gonna remember, this is the bottom of the bowl. So we're gonna do a couple things here. We're gonna round this off because it's a little out of whack, and then we're gonna flatten the bottom, and then we'll kind of do some shaping. So we'll see how that all goes. Yeah, she's a little wavy. So we'll just bring this up here, come across. Just flattening it out. Now, one thing to note is like we could have done this without a tailstock, but since we are rounding this off, why not have the extra support? And you can see that I still am not 100%. Plus we got a nice blade cut somebody made on this blank. It looks like it got, maybe it's gonna get cut on the saw or something, I don't know. Oh, this was bandsawed, so that's a bandsaw cut. So we'll have to get rid of that, obviously. Or we'll have to make it a feature, we'll see. But we wanted to round this to where it's not as wobbly, but I think I got just a hair more. Maybe, yeah. So we'll make one more cut and try to clean that up. I'm gonna move this up just a tiny bit. Alright. There we go. Oh, lost a little bit. And we got that cut coming up. Right there is our hole. Alright, there we go. So now we'll take this away on the back end here. One thing I think I learned from that class the most is if you're doing stuff and just getting beat up, something's not right, because you should be able to turn most of this without really killing yourself. So we want to be center, a little high. We'll go to this one. Oh yeah. And then we're just going to flatten this out. Oh, put my mask on.
I was about to yell at you.
Huh?
I was about to yell at you to put it on.
Yep. Might be a hair low. Yeah. A tiny bit low. Let's see if this guy's sharp. I'm going to swap tools from time to time. Now I'm a tiny bit high. Not high like you're thinking, Carrie. Doggone it. Here, I gotta have that whole thing.
Taking a break, Amy dropped off our mics.
Yep, stand by. We're gonna change mics here. Okay. Test, test. Oh wait, I gotta turn this one off. Test, test. Alright. Do you have a mic too? Take that one out.
think I'm on.
All right, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amy, go to bed. You weren't supposed to bring those over here.
Sounds
Sorry,
good.
I had to yell at Amy over the airwaves. Okay, let's get back to it. So if you guys see, like, I'm taking this on and off because I was worried that, you know, the sound. But like to put this thing on, it's pretty quick. And I can wear my glasses, which is nice. So I'm just flattening this guy off.
They're saying volume is low
Volume is low. For me or for you?
for them.
Okay, I will up my location. Could be the...
How's the sound doing now, guys?
There we go. All right, all right. Okay. So, we're in a good spot. Thanks, Amy, for bringing those. I wish you wouldn't have, but thank you. All right, let's do this. We're going to pull the tailstock out of the way. And then we're just going to shape the bottom here a little bit. Distant or quiet? Okay, we'll keep adjusting it. All right, so we're turning at 1200. I feel like I need to sharpen this a little bit. And we're just getting rid of the corner. There we go. All right. So, oh yeah, I got a little chip out. A little chunk came out.
Yeah, it flew over there.
Yeah. Sometimes chunks fly, Carrie.
Volume is good now.
Volume is good.
Thank you again, Amy.
All right. Good, good. Good, good. Okay. I'm going to touch up my gouge here.
Oh, we should have a camera on the sharpening.
Yeah, we'll work on that for next time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have been worth it anyway, yet. Okay. So we're just gonna do a little shape in here if we can. So far this stuff turns pretty nice. There we go. All right. It's cutting pretty good. We're getting pretty good shavings. Carrie, you're not getting dusted out, are you?
Not too bad yet. Not yet.
Okay. So it looks like we're cutting pretty good.
We have a question. Can you use carbide tools for this?
We have a question. Can you use carbide tools for
I'm
this?
also mic'd, so you probably don't have to repeat.
Oh yeah, you have a mic now. So can you use carbide tools for this? Sure. You can do pretty much any wood turning you could do with any tool, right? Where it comes into play is like the right tool for the right job. Carbide would work for this. It just might take you a little longer, or it might be a little rougher at times, you know, especially on the inside of a bowl. Check out JP woodwork on YouTube here. He does a lot of bowls and he does all carbide. Is JP on? Have you seen him on there?
I haven't seen him.
Sometimes he's on our stream, but he does all bowl turning with carbide and he does awesome stuff. So you can do it, but it's just a matter of choice, like what you want to do. I find bowls, like the roughing and the bulk removal of the material is a lot easier with a bowl gouge. And then we're going to grab our carbide, which I may have forgotten to bring out. It's right inside there, the round carbide. We're going to try a new round carbide from Record Power to give the inside some shape. So is it laying right there? Oh, it's up on the, with the stack of bowls.
Ah, yes.
In the front. So can you do it? Absolutely. It just might take longer or it might just be a little rougher at times, but it won't hurt you or anything. It's just a different way to do the same thing. I feel like a lot of people are always in, it's kind of like the political environment. Like you're either one side or the other. You're either
Should I
carbide.
present it?
Yes, please.
Ta-da.
Thank you. So this is a round carbide from Record Power with the Pro Comfort handle. It's like a tri-handle. It's really nice in the hand. Really hard to show on camera and in pictures because it looks like every other handle. But it's real comfortable and it's real nice for your control. But what I was saying is people are like only using traditional tools or only using carbide tools. And that's kind of just silly. Like, why wouldn't you pick up a carbide if it helps you smooth the curve of the inside of your bowl? I mean, yeah, you can do it with anything. And same with the outside. Why wouldn't you pick up a bowl gouge if it makes it easier to cut it? As long as you have it. But if you only have one, use whatever you got. That was a really long answer to say yes. Yes, yes.
Way to stretch that one out.
Yeah, wasn't intentional. Everyone thinks I like to talk, but I don't.
He does.
All right, let's see what we got here. We're gonna come in. And I'm just going to kind of swing it around. Oh, I'm getting a little light. I'm going to try to get back in there. I'm getting a little far out on my tool rest here, so I'm going to pull off and move around. And we should be able to just jump right back in here. I got some lines where I like started and stopped. So I'm going to see if I can kind of cut under them. Oh, actually, you know what? I've got that whole cut thing. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. I've still got that blade mark to take out. I wonder how deep that is.
Old Man River said that he finds the #1 hollower makes hollowing out a bowl much easier than a bowl gouge.
Yeah, oh boy, that's really deep. Look how deep that is. Oh, that's no good. Yeah, so somebody said the #1 hollower, it does hollow awesome. So you could totally use it to hollow out a bowl. That's really a big cut. So we've got some choices to make here. Do we just make the bowl smaller?
How deep is it?
It goes way down in there. Look.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I mean, it's that deep. So somebody really sliced it when they were cutting this one.
Was it you?
It was not me. For once, it was not me. But I will say, if you look, this is pretty smooth. So it cut pretty nice. Boy, that is a unique dilemma here. If we had more time, we could fill it all up with epoxy or something.
Yeah. Chris was saying it could be an inlay detail earlier.
Yeah.
But that seems pretty deep.
Yeah, it's pretty beefy, and we're going to take out a lot of the inside, so we're going to be left with a little trim that'll probably snap off. You know, I think we're just going to have to make it a little shorter by whatever that is, 1/2 inch, which is a bummer because like we would have had a nice shape. But we'll just do it. We'll do what we got to do. Okay, so I think we want to take off a tiny bit more since we're going to end up doing that. So we're going to come in a little further, reshape this a little bit. Woo! I'm just trying to kind of line up into my cut. I don't think that's too bad. Just trying to give it a little more curvy. I think we need to pick up somewhere right here. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of a weird one. Let's see. So we're going to cut a tenon. That should be good enough. All right. Provided I didn't make it too big. It's looking like it might be too big, but we'll try it. Yeah, this is kind of a funky one because I should have measured that hole. It's quite a robust hole. All right, let's see if we got enough room here. My goodness, I cannot make a tenon to fit today.
That wood grain is looking real pretty though.
Yeah, right? It's pretty cool. Alright. Be too big. I'm gonna have to just cut it down a little.
Oh, Lee said bowl turning with carbide tools is the subject of their meeting on Saturday.
Who?
Lee Beatles.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not a problem. You can do it. It's just depending on how you want to do things. But clearly, they're going to have a whole day of it.
Yeah, sounds like it'll be fun.
So we'll just make this a little smaller. Hopefully not too small. Now, here, try that much smaller. That might work. Bowls are fun because you can literally just take a chunk of anything and make stuff out of it. That's what we were doing this weekend. And I was kind of intentionally showing people, like, with a mini lathe and the weirdest chunk of wood, you could make something cool, because we made a couple of bowls and a vase, some other stuff, and it worked out really well. All right, so the downside here is we got this crack or cut to deal with, which isn't ideal. Oh no, I shouldn't have dropped that. No, it's okay. So we're gonna have to cut all this away, but what are you gonna do? What you gonna do? All right, let's see. A little high. I don't remember if we flattened this already. Looks like maybe not. Okay. So we're just going to kind of cut into the center here. We'll get some of this material out of the way. I wonder if there's a better way. I'm trying to think how we could cut this off. I wonder if we can just come in on it here. Let's see if I got a bigger bowl gouge. Oh, it's not sharp. Well, we'll see. We'll figure out. We just need to cut so much material away on this outer edge. I guess we can do it from the out.
I just can't sit for that long.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm gonna need a light eventually too on this lathe. Not today, but down the road. We should be able to see here pretty soon this grain. Boy, what a difference dry wood to wet wood. Wet wood is so much fun and dry wood is dry. All right, looks like we're doing all right. Getting it in there. Okay. See if we can get some of this hollowed out. This one's sharp.
Do you want that one from the table?
No, it's a different one. Ah, it feels all right. It's so much smaller. Oh, that's the one I was looking for. Let's see this. See if we got. You guys will have to let us know, is bowl turning a good live stream topic, or is it too boring? Because I don't know the answer to that. It kind of seems boring at times. Unless you're doing it, then it's fun. Oops. But obviously we don't want to keep doing something you guys are like, no, don't. I don't know if this...
Bye, Ricky.
Ricky Timmerman?
Ricky Timmerman.
Awesome. See, we already lost Rick.
They said bowls are always good. They're not bored. I said, let us know if chat is too boring.
Did you spell it with a bowl? Borreling?
No.
I don't know if that'll help or not.
I think people like it.
Okay, this is where Amy usually entertains everyone during the boring parts. So that's up to you. It's up to you to entertain.
No pressure living up to Amy.
Huh?
No pressure living up to Amy.
Right.
Amy said, Amy is in the live chat.
Amy, go to bed.
She has a question. She says, when you turn a bowl wet, do you always have to wait and then finish turning when it's dry?
Well, that's a good question, Amy. The answer is no. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. But if you turn it wet, you want to leave it, they say 10% of the width. So say this is 10 inches, just for the sake of easy math. You'd want to leave 1 inch wide sides. And that way it can dry and you still have enough material to get a bowl, a circle out of. You could turn it all the way down wet, but it's gonna warp and shrink and change direction. And that's okay, as long as you're okay with it. But if you want it to be perfectly round, you probably better let it dry. But that's the cool thing about dry wood, is you can finish it in a day instead of having to wait for it to dry later. Because anyone who's seen behind my lathe will know that, let's see if that shows. You can see the edge of it. There's like 30 or 40 bowls over there that need to be finished. So coming back to them later is not always happening quickly for me anyway. Maybe for others.
Those are all in your to be finished later pile?
Those are all in the to be finished pile, yes.
Interesting.
There's my line.
We have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
How do you know how deep you can go? It's a real question.
What was the question?
How do you know how deep you can go?
Well, that's a good question. How deep can you go on the inside, I'm assuming? Obviously, you don't want to go out the bottom, which we all do, and you will. But there's a variety of calipers and things that you can measure with. Now, this is brought up at a good time because I keep going a little deeper each time, and I'm actually getting kind of closer. So I just need to take more off the sides and not go as deep because this thing is pretty shallow, especially considering we're going to take that off. So you can make a jig. There's a jig that goes across and pushes in, and then you can like see it on top. It's just a dowel with a rod, and that's how you can know. But calipers or anything like that. But I am going to stop going down in it as far because I'm getting pretty close. This is actually a lot deeper on the side than it is right here. So I need to quit that. So let's see. And eventually we're going to hit this cut on this side, but I don't know where that is. So we're just going to take it off the side here. Whoa. Too much of a bite on dry wood. So we're going to stop right there. And we'll stop right behind that one. Now we're going to have to take this away later, but we'll do that later. Let's see what we can do here. So we'll get one more bite here, at least. All right, still pretty thick edge, but let's see.
Is there any advantage to turning the inside first as opposed to the outside first?
You know, I don't know of any. There could be, but I don't know of any. I rarely do that just because of the way it like mounts and the shaping. So if anybody has any thoughts on that, you know, I'd be interested to hear. So this is a little more blunt of a bowl gouge grind. It's not necessarily a bottom bowl gouge, but it kind of works similar. So I'm going to use it to kind of clean up my bottom here. So we'll get that nice and smooth. Oh, now one thing we're going to try, and we'll do that in just a sec, is we're going to try the new carbide. But you can see that's pretty smooth. It's not ripped up, which is what I want. I don't want, I should say. So let's thin this out a little more. And actually, we still got to deal with that side. I'll thin it one more and then we'll just kind of cut down the side. go a little slower. I'm trying not to block the camera.
Chad, if you turn the inside first, isn't clamping to the chuck going to be a challenge?
Yeah, you definitely couldn't do it the way I did, where I clamped the outside or the inside of the bowl in reverse. So you wouldn't be able to do that. Yeah, so see our cut line here is now thin enough that it's broken. So I definitely got to get rid of that. So it's just going to make the bowl a little smaller. But I think what we could probably do is just shave it off. This is a lot of shaving. You know, I might be able to come in from the side. Let's see if we can just make a cut on it. Kind of like how we rounded the bottom out, we might be able to. See, the only thing is we don't have a solid piece because of that cut. So that snapping is the cut line. That's that wood vibrating back and forth, clicking in there. Ooh, that's real loud. Gosh, Carrie.
Why are you making all that noise, Chad?
So loud. Oh yeah, see, it's breaking out. I could probably snap that off so it doesn't make noise. So now we got to just bring that down to line up. I can see it from the side here. But I don't know, grain-wise, if that's the best move. So we're gonna now the other thing is we could bring in our carbide, right? Because our carbide's a good scraper. Ooh, that'll take that down pretty quick. Which is essentially what we're doing with the bowl gouge on the side.
Sounds much less aggressive.
It sounds a lot better. It's a lot lighter shavings. I'll show you guys the shavings are just kind of floating up because they're just skimming it. So it's a lot less aggressive, but I think it did the job. Let's see. Oh, we got just a tiny bit more. Actually, it looks pretty good. Yeah, see how much shallower our bowl is? But we do have some space. Now that I can see it, we're pretty good. We can go a little deeper in here.
That's going to be really pretty.
Yeah, the wood is really nice. All right, let's do this. So we're just gonna kind of repeat the process a little bit. And take out and what I'm doing is stopping before I hit the next one in front of me, because what that'll do is hit my wing. Okay, so now we got plenty of material, I can see. So I want to get rid of some of this. Ooh, got a little jumpy on me. So we're at 1400. We're going to up it just a little bit. And then we're going to come in on the side here and just pick up where I stopped before. And then same thing here. So that is pretty good. Let's see, it's still thick, but we got good cuts, and look at the grain. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but it's real nice. But I can kind of clean this up with the more blunt. It's not like a bottom bowl gouge, but it's kind of close. It's the closest thing I have presently to a bottom bowl gouge. So we're just going to bring it in. And we're just going to take it across. Now, this also is a great place probably for my new carbide. So, will carbide work? Absolutely. But do I want to stand here all day? I'm going to do a little more with this tool, then I'll come back with the carbide to clean it up. My lathe just sped up. I must have bumped it. I heard it go wee. I must have like bumped into the knob. It is kind of right by my hip. So this works pretty good. You can still see the line where we picked up, or where I haven't picked up my other cut. And I'm just here in that bevel, right on it. And I want to just come in right behind it. If you can see that line, I'm going to come in right behind it and try to grab it. And there it goes. So let's see how thick it is.
It's very hypnotic to watch the center of the bowl spinning.
Is it?
Yeah.
I had sawdust all over the camera and computer. So you guys saw how like I wasn't super, I don't know if I'd say super smooth, but zoom it out just a little bit. I got a little,
blowing the dust off the camera.
I have a duster to blow the dust off the lens because sometimes when you're turning it blows. But this is like relatively smooth. Now I'm going to make one more pass or do a pass with the carbide and clean this up, but it's pretty smooth and it's pretty thin. It's a little thick right here in the bottom, like the curve. It's pretty thin on the bottom and it's pretty thick on the side. So I think I could just make another cut or two here, or I think what we'll do is try the carbide to kind of give you guys an idea of that guy. Sound good?
Sounds amazing.
Oh man, that sounds so amazing.
Are you sure you want to use that tool though?
Why is that? Yeah. Yeah, I told Carrie she was supposed to like question me to like throw me off my game.
Yeah.
Whoa! Get used to the carbide, Chad.
Favorite part of my job description is to troll Chad.
So the nice thing is with this carbide, I can come in and then I can focus on the curve and take off the extra meat here.
Chad, this is ash, right?
Huh?
Ashwood?
This is Arizona ash, yeah. This was an 8x3 blank, but it's a little shorter because of the cut. But I mean, that is so smooth. Like I would love to sand that right now, except for where, nope, that was a scuff. Man, it looks really good. I want to take a little more out because it's a little thick still right in the corner. And it probably would be easier to take it out with the bowl gouge a little faster maybe. But let's do it with the carbide. So what I'm doing is easing in on the side and then pushing into the corner, and I'm getting shavings. So like there's nice material coming out of it. I'm a tiny bit high. So this tool is a couple things about this tool that are important. It's the Pro Comfort handle. So it's got like a triangle, would you say? Mm-hmm. Like a triangle shape to it, which is nice for like when you're rotating or just getting a fine tune. It is a bar and it's hardened so it won't ding up. But that is different. Like I'm used to the Easy Wood tools, which are square. So I literally can set them down and they can't go anywhere because they're square. So you do have to get used to the bar, but it's nice to be able to like tweak it in a little bit and fine tune your path. And man, it left a really nice surface.
Homer Lex is really gunning for you to blow this up.
What? Come on, Mike. Who would want that?
It would be entertaining.
It is entertaining, of course. It's super entertaining. So let's do the centers just a little high. Nobody ever blows anything up on live streams.
No, especially not us.
Especially not me. Oh wait, everything.
Oh wait.
So that feels pretty good. I mean, it's a little thick for how small it is, but this will probably be like a catch-all type bowl. What do you think? Does it need to be thinner? Probably. It's still pretty thick.
It's pretty thick, but like you could also do a like inlay ring around.
You could do some kind of ornate ring, bead, something.
It's so pretty. It's so smooth already.
Yeah, that's the nice thing. All right. Well, let's take a little more out of it. Let's see if we can get a little thinner on the edge.
Ralph said, like the Christmas ornament live stream, only much worse.
Only what?
The Christmas ornament live stream.
Yeah. So that's the material flexing behind me. Here, I'll stop to show you how much I took off. So we about halved it. So you can see the lip maybe. So that's how much we're cutting away to leave it thin. So now we got to pick up that cut where we stopped. And I don't necessarily want to go a lot deeper on the bottom because it was already pretty thin. Why am I not getting it? There it is. All right. Yeah, this is pretty thin. So I just wanted to hit that side. Boy, I'm going to move my control box. So my control box on this lathe can be moved, and I had it right here, and I keep rolling the speed up. So I was going like 3,000 there when I want to be at like 2,000.
Sounds like you're trying to blow it up.
I mean, I don't know if you could, when I was cutting, I was like, whoa, what's that? And it was just getting amped up in there. Now I'm going to just clean up my couple little tool marks right at the bottom where the bottom met the side. And the carbide's a great choice. And that feels pretty good. We got to look at it now. Oh, turn it back. Pretty smooth. We'll smooth that all the way out, and then we'll kind of give these just a little knockdown, and we're good to go, I think, on the inside. So I'll start clear out here, as long as I'm not blocking it. That's a little thinner. So, I think, well, looks like I see one line maybe. Wasn't looking in. Whoa! Got a little aggressive. So I'm happy with this tool. This is the first time I've used this carbide. I've used carbide plenty of other times. It's pretty nice. Oh, I got a little spot down in the bottom here I need to get rid of. The sides look good. Let's see what we got here. I think we're gonna have to, where is that? Right there. Man, it's throwing really nice ribbons. It's pretty smooth. So I don't know if the camera will pick up, but we don't have a lot of sanding to do here. We're nice and smooth. We don't have any big gouge marks. Here, let's pull it off. Whew.
Amy says it looks better, thinner.
Looks what?
Better, thinner.
Oh, it's definitely better thinner, yeah. The it's always the question of, you know, how thin, and obviously thinner generally looks better.
How thick would you say that wall is?
Case in point, thinner. It's probably this thick.
Solid.
Maybe a little less than a quarter. So it probably could be a little thinner even, but man, it looks really cool. This wood is really cool. It kind of looks like a white oak color.
That's so pretty.
It's like kind of shiny almost. Now, the cool thing about this, this isn't like to sell blanks, although we do sell blanks.
Amy wants you to finish it. Put some finish on it.
Put some finish on it, yeah. The cool thing about this Arizona oak is sometimes it'll be real curly, sometimes it'll be more plain. This one is more plain, but it's got really cool grain and color. But sometimes it's curly, sometimes the grain will just literally go like this. So you never know what you're gonna get with this stuff. And we're trying to keep it in stock regularly, which is tough, but it's kind of cool. Now, yeah, this is ready to sand the inside, finish it. I'd finish it with some Mahoney's oil because it's a great bowl finish. But like I said, I'm not gonna sand on camera because that's kind of boring. It's more boring than turning. But there you have it, a pretty simple little bowl in under an hour probably if we had just done it. Nice project. Bowls are great gifts. I would say they're great sellers, but I've never sold a bowl. I've only given away bowls. But a lot of people sell a lot of bowls for a lot of money. So, yeah, give a bowl a try. But don't feel like you have to buy a bowl blank. That's where everyone gets caught up. Take the weirdest hunk of wood. Just make sure it's safe. Chuck that thing up. Obviously, if you have a bound saw or a saw, cut the corners off if you can. But chuck it up and just turn it. And if it's giving you trouble, if it's hard and you're fighting it, think about why it's hard and what you're doing wrong or what you're fighting. And I bet you'll be impressed with your results. Yeah.
How do you remove the bottom tenon?
Oh, good question. How do you remove the bottom tenon? Now, there's a bunch of ways you can do it. One way is you can like take another block of wood and turn a jam chuck and all this and that. But being from Arizona, we don't have a lot of extra wood, as you would say. So we use these. These are called remount jaws or coal jaws. This is on a chuck, so this goes on the lathe. And I'll show you here. So you put this on here. Now obviously if this was all sanded and finished, you wouldn't want to just slap it on some metal. I usually put a cloth or a paper towel down, then do it. But these little things adjust to different sizes. See if this is the right key. I don't think this is the right size for this particular one. So I need to move my little pads in a couple holes. But there's infinite, you know, a bunch of sizes per coal jaw. This I think is a, whoops.
Nailed it.
I have a tape measure, don't I? Yes. This size can do up to 10-inch bowls. They make them up to, I know there's 12, and then if you get real crazy, oh, haven't used these in a while, you can get big ones.
Good Lord.
Yeah, these are 500 mil. What's 500 mils? 20 inches?
I don't know the conversion.
I think 20 inches, yeah. So these are real big. Now, obviously, you have to have a lathe that can turn this, and you're probably thinking to yourself, hey, that's not going to fit, which it doesn't. But the head turns, and then it does fit. So those are remount jaws. Do you need remount jaws? No. They do make your life easier, but you can do it with a block of wood, and you would just turn it to where this slipped over and you tapped it on, then you turn it off. Don't think you always have to buy something, although it is fun when we're buying tools for wood turning. But don't think you always have to buy something to do stuff. You can almost always do it with what you have. Yeah. But good questions there. It is dirty in here. Now there's shavings everywhere.
Very dusty. Hey, do you recommend a vacuum chuck for the Herald? Any particular
Like, is there one I do recommend? No, that's another good question. Vacuum chuck for the Herald. I don't know which one fits because I haven't done it. I do need to get one for this though, so maybe in the future I'll have more info. But if anyone has done a vacuum chuck on a Herald or an Envoy Regent, let us know, or let in the chat or whatever groups know, because I know some people have asked about that lately and I need to look into it. Vacuum chuck is another way you could do it, since that was a good timing. Yeah. Basically, the vacuum chuck goes through your head, and the chuck is like got rubber, and it sucks on, and you line it up with your tailstock so it's center, and then you can turn off your foot. Now, vacuum chucks, depending on the vacuum source and the chuck itself, can be better or less better than each other, depending. But taking off a foot is usually no problem. Now, putting a vacuum chuck and doing the whole side on, you got to have a serious system to be able to hold like all that pressure, pushing around it and stuff. But just for doing the bottom or sanding, no problem. So, hey, that's a pretty good looking bowl for a little tiny thing. It would have been this much taller.
Yeah, are you going to put any oil on it? Because I want that on my desk.
Well, obviously we'd want to sand it first. So we will put some oil on it, but not today. That's for another day.
Sure. It's a teaser for a future
Sanding is not the most fun part of wood turning.
It's not, but it's essential.
So will I sand it? Yes. Will I sand it right now? No.
Will you put it on your stack of bowls to be completed?
I will not put it on the stack. I will sand it and get it out of here, so that way it's gone.
Nice.
Yeah. But all right, everybody. Any other questions? Hope you enjoyed. Just something a little different. Next week, we are going to do flower blanks on project kits. So
Yeah, will you do a close-up of the
that's gonna
flower
be a good
blanks
one.
for people?
These are the ones we're going to mess with next week. Let's do, so we've got a variety. Let's do the side cam. We've got a variety of, those are flowers, and that's olive wood. Let me tell you what kind of flowers those are. That's purple flower, white flower, yellow flower, and then that's spalted wood in the bottom.
We do have a fair amount of those on the site right now.
Yep, and then that's just a bunch of, looks like potpourri flowers, although I don't know what they are. But yeah, these are, we make these here. So we're gonna do at least probably 2 or 3. And the reason we're gonna do it is flowers are kind of like pine cones or sweet gum pods where you got air pockets in them. So you do have to do a little work to them. They're not always gonna be perfect right off the bat, but with a little work, man, they look great. And with Valentine's Day coming up, it's a perfect time to make a gift.
Chad, it's March.
2026 Valentine's.
Yes,
I like to be really prepared ahead. Also,
Sure.
Christmas is coming up, so get started on these bowls. Start on the bowls and the projects, and you won't have to do anything at Christmas time. All right, sound good?
Sounds amazing.
All right, thanks everybody. Till next time. Fade to black.